Welcome to Glam and Shine with Rashmi Bedi. My guest today is the inventor and pioneer of the Bollywood opera style, the real opera singer in the world to make a fusion between opera and Hindi music. Here I present Queen of Opera Gioconda.
From the heart of Italy, a small child prodigy with a big voice started her career as an opera singer all around the world in the best opera theaters, melting hearts of millions with her mellifluent voice. Winner of hearts and of 7 opera international competitions. A multi-talented and versatile artist, the only opera singer to achieve Venice Awards in Italian state television Rai 2. Thanks to her fusion capabilities to blend with the best Italian pop artists. Her name will last forever as it is already in the Opera Encyclopedia for being the leading singer in first time ever staged contemporary opera Lavinia Fuggita in Modena under the blessing of her teacher, the most famous tenor of the world, Luciano Pavarotti. Her acting presence on stage has been appreciated in lots of opera magazines and among the best directors whom she has worked with, such as Lindsay Kemp, Michel Placido, and many others. A 360-degree artist, she is not only a singer, but also a composer, lyricist, dancer, choreographer, and she has a lot of experience as a director. Deign of note her direction of La Vedova Allegra and Tosca. Gioconda is in India now. Gioconda is the pioneer and founder of BollywoOPERA style. She has introduced opera in India through the innovative way of fusion with Bollywood songs. Gioconda is the pioneer and founder of BollywoOPERA style. She has introduced opera in India through the innovative way of fusion with Bollywood songs. Her first Hindi song, Thodi Daru, has linked together Western and Eastern worlds to create, first time ever, the kingdom of the Queen of Opera Gioconda and the King of Bollywood, Mika Singh. Passing from Italian designer style into Indian wearing style. She is the first opera singer of the world to wear a sari in her full opera concert La Bassa International.
Welcome to the show, Gioconda. How are you?
Hi everyone. I'm good. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you so much. What a bang on start for Happy New Year, I should say, having you on our show.
Yes, actually, we start quite in a nice way
Of course.
because yes, I'm here in South America doing an amazing project. So I'm really blessed today to be today in this house in South America in Paraguay, which is actually, as you can see from my background, is a kind of house museum of the famous legendary composer Dimitri Ortiz.
Wow.
And I've been invited by his daughter, Esperanza Ortiz, who is a great woman of culture supporting this repertoire of Guarania, which is a typical repertory from this region of the world, which is actually then spread over all over the world. And as you can see, all the best, Latino, South American singers have been interpreting songs from this composer. And they invited me to also do a few songs of his father. So in these days I'm recording and, stay tuned for an amazing, beautiful project because actually I'm also putting my own style and I'm bringing this typical Italian because it's my, background culture, but also the Indian culture. I'm spreading this message of fusion that I did between Bollywood and opera, as I'm the pioneer of BollywoOPERA style. And I'm really happy because people here are liking a lot my voice, are inviting me in the biggest TV channels, radios, and also one song Contigo Boom Boom that you can see on my YouTube page is going greatly because it's something that touches deeply their chords. And stay tuned क्योंकि अभी दूसरा वाला एडिशन भी है मेरा गाना के लिए हिंदी में तो
Wow.
just now it's available online on the digital shops लेकिन few days क्योंकि अभी मैं बहुत busy हूँ तो फिर 2-3 week के बाद हिंदुस्तानी version will be released, so just be there and just be tuned because it's an amazing, great surprise that I'm doing for my Indian audience. Unfortunately, I can't reach India right now because of this COVID time, and so many projects have been kind of frozen in India.
Yeah.
So I decided to come this side of the world. Hopefully, where there is less COVID, I'm kind, of COVID skipper.
You always like experimenting new things, what I feel about you.
Yes, actually, as I'm a curious child inside myself, and from a musical point of view, I'm an ethnomusicologist. I always like, to experiment, to take influences from new cultures because, here there is a huge repertory. These people are the only one which were, conquered by Spanish, but still they kept their own language, this Guarani language, and they are very linked to their own traditions, to their own repertory, and they have been so strong also from an inner point of view to kind of make friendship with the conquerors. I've traveled now almost the entire world, more than 111 countries. Now it's 113 because I just came back from the seventh continent, Antarctica.
Wow.
So it was full ice and full white. And obviously all these South American, Latino countries being conquered by Spanish ruler, they were, kind of made slaves or they lost their identity, their repertory, their cultures. And this is the only one country which is instead has been able, thanks to the strong spirituality, inner spirituality, power to make friendship with the Spanish, and still nowadays, that's the atmosphere that I can breathe here. Same thing, like I felt when I went to India, because in India people are always kind of welcoming the foreigners. Just when they are, really stressed, they fight. Otherwise, they always try to aram se, chalega, nice. And that's what it's been a great lesson for me, because me being Italian, ancient Roman conqueror, I had because after my death in Ganga River, I lost that kind of aggressivity, that kind of, that normally it's there, I think, in the DNA of most of the European people. Instead, I got such a beautiful lesson from Indian culture because, there is a kind of a philosophy behind it, and it's beautiful. The best from each culture I get in contact with and I interact with. So I'm also doing this fusion where Guarani genre is revised in in more jazzy Latino form with this beat made by the great maestro Cocuno Sergio from Spirit and Sound. So it's something huge because I'm singing also in 2 more different languages. So now we are in the numbers, and I hope I will not get like when shifting from one language to another. In these days I'm speaking Spanish a lot. And
so which all languages Gioconda? Which all languages you speak?
My mother language is actually Italian. So sometimes I don't know in which language to the night I started, and also Abhi Hindi. Also, this thing that when you dream in the local language, matlab, you have really acquired something from the place that you are living in. And when I was in India, I started even dreaming during my sleeping time in Hindi. And now here it's coming back in Spanish. So, I think my brain is quite stimulated right now by different inputs.
Awesome. But different languages always help you when you are singing or performing. It helps you, right? This knowledge is very
Yeah,
beneficial for you, basically.
yes, yes, because I always think that it's always nice to keep brain always with lots of stimulus and giving lots of new things to the brain also, because I never like to be always in the same boring comfort zone. Maybe because I have, an adventurous soul, and then I'm free spirit. So even easily, now I'm speaking 7 languages. So it comes after one week, maybe because I have a musician ears. I don't know what's the reason, but actually, after one week that I'm in a place, I can speak quite fluently the language I'm listening from local people. So even singing in this, for example, a few days ago, we were recording a beautiful Guarania, which is called Mis Noches Sin Ti, which is a passion song about, love. Because here, Latino people are very passionate and
Okay.
also very beautiful, handsome here in Paraguay, very sexy also. So these feelings are also expressed in their songs, and it's also to revise with my high pitches notes. It gives some new sparkling things to the song. Like I remember, and the most beautiful things here, you know what it is, Rashmi? The fact that before singing, I have the real, alive daughter of the composer,
I
this
know.
legendary composer, who
Absolutely.
actually tells me what's behind every song, because she was a child, so
Yeah.
she remembers others telling her, this song was composed for that lady. Then actually, this composer had very interesting life
Okay.
from Paraguay to Argentina, and then there was the dictatorship. He was very strong. Also, he was awakened from death on the hospital by the tears
I know.
of his wife. In fact, I choose one song which is called Lágrimas, which is actually Tus lágrimas, which means your tears have woken me up. And imagine, the kind of emotions and feelings which can be expressed in such songs when you actually live listen the story what actually happened from her daughter Esperanza Ortiz, who is an awesome lady who has also opened a foundation, the Demetria Ortiz Foundation, which is the top here in this country. And for me, really, and she's been so kind to like my voice and to host me during these days of recording, because I feel like really at home here. Maybe God
I can
knows.
see you are
We were
enjoying.
yes, yes, because, it's something which happened like many things in my life in a very fluent and casual way, when I just do things because of the passion, because of my real love for research and for giving something new to mankind, and positive messages, which is very important nowadays.
Absolutely. I would like to know, you have worked in Bollywood and you have sung so many songs. So, how was your experience in India?
Oh, awesome. Now I can actually say that India is my second land, my second country,
Nice.
or maybe my first, I don't know, because I had a very deep spiritual rebirth after, being in India and being in contact with such a huge culture. So that's why now I even, I always keep eye on what's happening in Bollywood. I try to do songs, also translate my songs from English or other languages into Hindi. And, the fact that since the day one, I had the chance to collaborate with legendary singers there, like Asha Bhosle, Anup Jalota, Mika Singh, Sukhwinder Singh, Salim Suleiman. And I think, if I look at my life, how things happened, and thinking that I was in India just for doing my yoga and my spiritual meditation and all, and then I felt like, boom, jumped into this Bollywood world. I feel that really maybe there is a kind of trail, a kind of thread in all these things in my life. So obviously, I hope to be quite soon in India again, because there are different projects which are stuck now because of COVID. So I'm just working from distance. But yes, I always keep my heart open for Bollywood, obviously.
Of course, and you're an amazing singer, Gioconda. I just love your voice, and I would request you to sing few lines for our viewers.
Okay. Actually, I could sing this song Zoom Zoom, which is just available in digital shops nowadays. So just stay tuned for the video, which is in Hindi but on a Latino beat. So
Okay.
that's the note here. So ठंडी हमारे मुझको संभारे मजा है boom 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 Gioconda canta conta, and then you can choose it and you can just go ahead with the lines you want more while
Lovely.
listening to it in my YouTube channel, Gioconda Vessichelli. And, I'm being a versatile artist, I'm also passing from, very quickly. Also, my colleagues said, how are you able to change the tune of voice? Because reggaeton, obviously, being more peppy, more for young people, it requires a certain kind of voice. Then I still sing opera without losing my voice, things that many other opera singers don't have this kind of versatility. But I learned it from my teacher, Luciano Pavarotti, who is the best tenor of the world, the first one who did fusion in the Pavarotti and Friends with Sting, with other pop singers. And, it's like, let's not just make opera things for old people, but let's get in touch also with the upcoming audience, which are, the future of mankind. Let's also give them good music. And so, even in these songs, which is a Guarania, I'm singing like sufro al pensar que el destino logró separarnos. Guardo tan bellos recuerdos que no olvidaré. And then I put na, 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 lots of opera. But now I don't want to discover more,
Wow.
because otherwise you will not listen to the real song, the real recording song, which is, gonna be released within few days. But yeah, it's. I hope you will be enjoying it, because it's something real
Looking
new,
forward,
real.
of course. So tell me one thing, like if you want to become an opera singer, so do you need to have a very high pitched voice, or what are the qualities which are really needed?
Actually, the first basic quality is to have a good, very good technique, diaphragmatic breathing, because that's the most important things. Despite the range, range obviously is important, especially in some repertories, in the contemporary repertory or in the 20th century repertory, but not only those ones. But the most important thing is to be able to not lose your voice, because you have to sing. Sometimes if you take Wagner operas, even for 5 hours, they last 5 hours. Verdi operas, they last 3 hours. So it's You have to kind of balance your inner resources and your energy and your vocal cords, of course. And for doing that, you need to have a strong breathing technique, mask sound, use of the resonances, because opera singers, they normally don't use microphones, as it's a very, ancient genre, and at that time there was no electricity, and still you have to, overpass the orchestra of 50 plus elements and the choir, and so if you don't have this kind of technique, which also allows you to do very fast virtuosistic passages, like as you can
Beautiful.
see, one more thing, you don't have to show any efforts from your upper body, but all the efforts is here in the diaphragmatic, which in this case it's very diaphragm, which is actually very close to the yoga breathing.
Oh,
I realized that when I came to India. So in this, I was kind of, I had advance of out of that, because I've been practicing opera for so many years.
of course.
And now the most beautiful thing is that as on 16th January is my birthday,
Okay.
and also the anniversary of my 20th year of career, as I started when I was just like
Wow.
years old, and then of course I made my concerts later on. So these people here have made a very beautiful surprise for me, because they've organized a beautiful concert where I'm, the main guest, along with the three tenors, the best three tenors here. So it will be also aired in this television, and I will be very happy to show to you also some bites of this huge, huge project with a beautiful orchestra and lots of things. So I'm really excited also, because it was quite a lots of time that I've not been having a birthday party, because I was always either traveling, either having concerts and other work, shooting, and all these things. And here, to get this anniversary celebration in my honor. And it looks like the dates are all matching. It's something that really amazes me.
Awesome, Gioconda. But I'm really impressed the way you are, as you are actress, you're a singer, you're a composer, you're a lyricist, you're a choreographer, you're a director. You do
Yeah.
everything else. So how do you manage your time? Do you have time for yourself also?
No, but in these days, I'm just sleeping 3 hours per night, and I feel very tired. But I don't know, maybe some angel is guiding me in these days, because I always, the problem, or maybe the good thing here, is that I studied in the University of Performing Art in Italy, where they prepared me as a 360 degrees artist. Plus, I'm a very, tough person when it comes to work. That's why all the juries,
Of course.
of the singing competition and all, they want me there, because I can find all the small things if there is something which is not perfect, because I'm perfectionist. So same happens when I have to judge, these new upcoming singers. They are like shivering. Oh no, she's in the jury now. What will she say? But I always try to just, I do for their benefit, because they should always be perfect, give the top, because it's a very competitive world. So obviously, the better you are, the better you will have smooth path in your life and in your career. So actually, whenever I do videos, whenever I do recordings, I always sit with the director. In fact, in my song Contigo Bom Bom, that you can see now on YouTube, I was a co-director with the best Italian director, Mauro Russo, because I have always very fluent creative idea,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't lock them somehow.
Of course, of course.
I need to express them, and that's also reflecting in the editing, because I always sit with the editor also, because I think that editing part is also a very important thing, both in
It's
the
a major thing, of
audio,
course.
both in the videos. So, to give my vision also, because obviously there are different points of view in the angles of the camera or whatever. So yeah, actually, it's an interesting thing, but I would like to have had less skills so that I could have give to other people, or not to understand the small things, small problems which can be noticed by my eyes and my ears, which other people, other artists maybe will just are singers, or they can't play piano, they can't play instruments, they can't hear that maybe now the orchestra here is making something wrong, or in the shooting they just give everything to the director editing, and they just sleep quietly and calmly. That not happens with me for sure, because I'm always there to notice things that maybe other people they don't know. But that was my problem also since my childhood. Was traveling a lot. My parents too, because it was not easy to have a child prodigy in the house, who was just like, why this, why this? So, but yeah, it's always beautiful, even when you do the songs, to compose your own lyrics with the way you want, without. Sometimes it's very important, the collaborations, of course, because you can't do everything in your own. Otherwise, you would have needed a day of 48 hours and not 24 hours. And also from the instrumental point of view, to be able to understand what's supposed to be the arrangements, which instruments to put. Here it comes to the sax, here it comes the percussion and all.
Yeah.
And to give one things in 360 degrees, for me, it's something that always helps.
Of course, and your stories, of course, showcasing that how much hard work you have done, and that is the reason of your success and the achievements you have. It's amazing, actually, and it's so inspiring for everyone. And as you are saying, you are perfectionist, so of course, that works on you also. You also want to give the best of best when you're showcasing anything. That's what I feel about you.
Yeah. That's true, and it's not a matter. It's some time of just want to be perfectionist. It's like you want to keep something in the air, in this cosmos, whatever, which would be as much inspiring as possible, because we are here for a mission.
Yes.
We are here for giving something to mankind, and we have a big responsibility
Yes.
being artists, especially because it's not like other works, which is made in a building where, okay, maybe 100, maybe 1,000 people look at you, and it's more restricted to that particular building. Here we are on the world.
Yes.
It's, I hope to give the best vibrations possible to the world, both in the image, both in the inspiring, whatever I say, whatever I act, whatever I do through music, whatever I write also. So sometimes I try also to reach the audience, which is nowadays more made of young generation, who are the ones who love me the more, maybe because I can vehiculate beautiful messages, but in a funny, peppy way. And this is, according to me, something that all the intelligent people should do in this world, not just to be stuck
Yeah.
in a frozen form, because someone has labeled you, okay, you are an opera singer, now you have to just do that. And then maybe you lose lots of emotions, lots of young people who are very clever nowadays. And that's why even in this song, I put a very young rapper, because to be snobbish against what's happening in this real world, trending now. It's just, a kind of being linked to your own comfort zone, saying, I'm the queen of opera and that's it, nothing else exists. So it cuts you
Yes,
off from lots of things, from
absolutely.
lots of content, from lots of beautiful
Yeah.
messages that even that young generation can have. In fact, I always, sometimes I don't just stay in my own beautiful house. I also go and visit where these rappers are living. Many of them are just coming from the street, and they are so talented. They didn't have, my same fortune, my same luck to to uh, to be born in a house with all the comforts, with a father and a mother having a salary. They have to earn their own bread daily. Plus, they still are able to not leave the music because they are very passionate and they are very talented. And sometimes I feel really emotional about hearing their stories. So I'm always trying to launch also young rapper, young musicians, also pianists. There are young sound engineers and all these people because I feel that path somehow there is a link, and somehow we have to develop that link.
Absolutely. Agreed. So tell me one thing. You have such a beautiful journey. Any special moment would you like to share with the viewers, which is very close to your heart?
Oh, there are many, many, many actually. Because there were lots of up and downs as always in these 20 years
Of
of
course.
careers. Some bitter moments, but some beautiful, beautiful moments which make you forget about the bitter moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, when I sang with the pianist of Maria Callas, and I was like, he just stopped playing Vissidarte, this aria from Tosca. He came to me, he shook my hand like, like in sign of respect. Like in India, you touch feet of the artist. Here in Italy, we shake hand and they say, if now you are a child, you sing Tosca, and your voice reminds me Maria Callas, who is the biggest soprano opera singers of the world. What will happen when you grow up? There will be your voice.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't understand. And then when I actually sang a contemporary opera in Modena, which is Luciano Pavarotti's city, and Matteo D'Amico was there, this composer, and singing in front of the composer obviously is a very big responsibility because if you sing Puccini, Verdi, they have died.
Yeah.
So maybe if you do some error, they can't come out from the grave. And instead, the composer was there, like pointing at every single note that you should do it the most perfectionist way. And it was huge for me, to be the protagonist in that opera, which was so difficult,
Yeah.
and the composer happy and appreciating me a lot. And then they put my name also in the encyclopedia of opera
Wow.
singers.
What a
I was
great
scared
moment.
off because I said, please let me die first because it will be, a good luck, bad luck thing. Because normally in the encyclopedia, at least of opera, there are the legendary person who have died, and then so also when the mayor of my city wanted to give my name to one street of my city, that also was a great, beautiful moment for my career. And many other beautiful moments when I interacted with Asha Bosley, who invited me at her house for lunch, for example, and then we were sharing our visions about music, about what music should be, and the differences, and comparing the two genres, the
Yeah.
classical, the Hindustani classical with opera, and then also having fun with her because she's an amazing lady. She was giving me the best
Of
sweets, reading
course.
my part. Then it turned, in such a beautiful thing because obviously the bigger the people are, the humbler they are.
Yes.
With fake snobbish or fake things, because they have lots of things to say, lots of things to communicate to the world. And she even tweeted me before I reached my hotel that she was happy to have shared, some music together, and many other things. Also, when I met, of course, my brother, who opened me the doors of Bollywood, Mika Singh, Mika Paji, who is, such an amazing artist, genius, who actually, also has a very interesting journey, because, life has not always been happy for him,
Of course.
also during his childhood, and in many points of in many things we were very similar, because even I lost my mother when I was very young, the same way he did, and lots of other secrets, let's say, so secrets regarding life, the visions of the world, and being in a society which can be more or minor open-minded, lots of things. But actually, it was fun, because the first time he said, "Ah, are you Punjabi? Hi, you sing Punjabi? Let's do this song." It was just this Tori Daru song. I didn't even know the meaning of Toridaro, because it
Okay.
was just one image, and this person, just this good, this European person from India, who comes to India, who just listens Punjabi and starts speaking Punjabi. This singer, and I didn't know who was Mickey
Yeah.
Singh. I just thought he was a random boy.
Yeah.
So I was just Tori Dar Dar. What is this track? That looked like Italian. I said, okay, we will do a song on this. And actually, it happened. It
Yeah.
happened, and it opened me the door to Bollywood. And I didn't know it was regarding Daru. The words Daru was mean drinking,
Okay.
and for me, water addict, because I drink 7 liters of water per day. I don't drink Coke, I don't drink orange juice, nothing, only water,
Only
no
water.
alcohol. Because you're Italian, you don't like wine, you don't like coffee. So then I understood, okay, maybe we should do this video like the day after the party, when everything is just drinking milkshake, very sober. Let's not give bad messages to the world. But Punjabi culture is always beautiful culture, because they are always sparkling, always happy. Sometimes, it reminds me of this kind of Latino culture, always ready to dance, ready to rock the floor, and all these things.
Of course, for Punjabis, fun is always a priority in their lives. Of course, yes. They are all
And
fun-loving people.
when I was in Gujarat, also during the Dandiya,
Yeah.
I had such a lovely time. This colorful way they dance
Yeah.
with these sticks and all. In Rajasthan, these colorful dresses. Actually, all over India, they
Of course,
have
India
been
is rich in culture, no doubt about it.
have this rhythm which is stunning, which actually makes me going in trance sometimes, because it's so beautiful, this huge music, huge color, huge productions. It's something that I've never seen in other countries of the world.
Absolutely right. So much to talk to, Gioconda. You're such an interesting person, and your journey is so beautiful. And of course, our viewers are loving it. But we will have to end our show because, of course, time is always a limitation for us. So, but before we end, we want your favorite
Because
number for our viewers to sing song for our viewers, please.
one song, Indian number. Okay, I can sing. हम तेरे बिना अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा, तुझसे जुड़ा अगर हो जाएंगे तो खुद से ही हो जाएंगे जुदा, क्योंकि तुम ही हो, अब तुम ही हो जिंदगी, अब तुम ही हो.
Wow. Superb, superb. What a charismatic and a mesmerizing voice you have. Beautiful, beautiful. You're an amazing
Thank
person, Gioconda, and I wish to meet you in person very soon, and we will.
I hope. And this is one of my favorite programs because having such intelligent people interviewing me, it's something that not always happens. So to be just kind to some journalists who just do some questions which are not actually so intelligent, and you are one of the best women and journalists I've ever met during my journey. So I'm always accepting with lots of love to be interviews like this channel, which has Hindustaniville in USA.
Thank you so much, Gioconda. It was lovely talking to you, dear. Thank you and good wishes for your upcoming project and happy birthday. Of course, we are not meeting on 16 Jan, but our good wishes are always with you and may this year bring lots and lots of joy and happiness and success for you, dear. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for it. Thanks to all the audience.
Thanks.
Bye.